Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Live here from Pensacola, it's the 4Wide Motorsports Arca Series Tour. This is going to be one. This is one that we have waited for, Emmett. My name is Scott Shive. I am alongside my friend Emmett Crow, and we've got Tracy Brown here in production today. Cody, he's going to be in and out here some, like we said, on Elevated, but don't worry, we've got the good man Tracy Brown right behind us, who's going to do an absolute great job. Well, Emmett, let's get into it. We're doing the Arca car here for this 8-week series, and I think you and I, since Wayne Cannon over at 4Wide Motorsports, since they announced it, you and I were very excited about it.
Yeah, definitely very excited, and it's an honor to be back here with you, Scott, on FWM on Elevated TV. I'm really excited to see how these cars are going to act. We've seen everything from the mini stocks to the late models here at Five Flags, so it'll be interesting to see how these Arca cars handle the track.
It's going to be really cool. You know, the Arca car, I'll tell you a little bit about it. It runs a little bit tighter. So you want to find over a run, you want to find whatever will make your car looser. So the car will continue to build tight all evening long, and as we see the sun continue to set, the track will get cooler, and I really want to see how these drivers adjust to the changes. Landon Brown right there going around, but hey, he went around after a good lap. He goes up and qualifies on pole with a 16.636, just 1/2 of a tenth faster than the 33 of Austin Cansdale. This is the number 29 of Wayne Cannon, running a little bit of a throwback scheme in his Chevy Arca machine. See how he goes on the boards. That was one of his warm-up laps, so he'll take that one to warm up the tires, Emmett. But in a minute, I want to talk to you. We're going to talk about it, not yet, but I want to talk to you about the schedule, because don't worry, race fans, we're going to get that in for you. But Landon Brown looking to stay to the top of the boards. Can Wayne Cannon go and knock him off? Remember, Cansdale is second fastest. Bradley Young, third fastest. It seems like Cansdale, Young, and Hunter Carlson's back here for this 8-week series with the Arca car. It seems like those three names are some that we're always talking about in it.
Yeah, definitely. And then Landon Brown, shout out to him for finishing runner-up in the Leadfoot Racing Late Model Championship.
Yes.
Congrats to Tanner Carter on his championship. But, yeah, it's good. I don't know. It might be between those three, but you never know. Of course, we had, 4 different winners in the first 4 races with every series we did with FWN, so you never know what's going to happen.
Well, we had that, and then we had the 36 machine of Stephen Luttrell absolutely start to run away with the wins, but he didn't quite have enough for Austin Cansdale at the end of the day. We took a week off. We took a break. We gave these drivers their last Monday to hang out, chill out, but I know that they were dying to get back out here and get back to racing. You mentioned it. We've got another driver here in the field, the 86 of Chris Golden. I think you've got some things to say about him.
Yeah, Chris Golden, a good friend of mine. He hit me up. Also, I want to add that he is part of the club racing team. He'll be making his Arca debut at Berlin, I believe. Don't quote me on it. But yeah, so great to see a part-time real Arca driver in this field tonight from Elk City, Oklahoma. So yeah, definitely be interested to see how he does tonight for sure.
Well, on Chris Golden's first lap, he just went for a 16.992, so about 0.3 off of the pole right now. Looks like he's getting those tires warmed up. Again, these drivers will have 4 laps. Oh, he's going to go for a spin on the front straightaway. But don't worry, I think he's still got some laps in his back pocket to try to go and get a couple of more. So Chris Golden right now, it might be a race time, because we've got 150 laps. We're going to have a good long race tonight. I'm interested to see how it will run out tonight. You know, while we got no cars on track, let's talk about the schedule in a minute. I'm going to send it to you over for that.
Yeah, so we're going to start at Five Flags tonight. It's going to be a 150-lap race. And then next week, we're headed to The Rock. That's right, Rockingham. It's going to be 125 laps. And then 2 weeks from now, we'll be at Nashville Fairgrounds. And then right after that is Richmond Raceway. And then we go to Dover, Delaware at the good old Monster Mile. And then The 23rd will be at Lucas IRP. Sorry,
Oh,
and then
that's going to be good.
yeah, that's definitely gonna be a good race. And then we'll go to Iowa that next week, and then we'll end it for the championship at good old the last Coliseum, Bristol Motor Speedway.
Wow. Well, look, tell me, what is your favorite track that we're going to head to in these 8 weeks?
You know, that's a good question. I'd probably have to say I know Dover's going to be a good one, but I mean IRP has produced some great racing. You know, even back further before the Xfinity, even when they were the Busch Series and the Nationwide, before they started running at the Brickyard, they provided some great races. But the trucks have really been good, and the Arca also in real life have been really good at IRP. So look for IRP to probably be that race that you definitely want to tune in for sure.
Well, and I think my answer was either going to be IRP or this race here tonight. I love Five Flags. My good buddy runs down at Five Flags, and it's just I love to drive it, especially in the sim. I hope to maybe drive there one day in real life, but in the sim, I mean, this track is just perfect. Just under, it's exactly half a mile in length, but the way this track has such good character and the way that it wears tires, I think, is going to set up for an excellent race tonight. And that's something that I would do want to talk about, Emmett. Tire management. It is going to be a big factor in this race here tonight. How would you think about going about saving tires here this evening?
That's a good question, Scott. And the thing about it is, as the sun goes down, the track temperatures are going to cool down. The tires are going to heat up. The lap times are going to get faster. I think it's going to be a lot better as far as tire wear because we're not going to have to deal with that hot Florida sun and a hot track. So it's definitely going to be interesting how they approach this probably first half of the race and then see if they pick it up in the second half to get to the win.
It's definitely going to be a night where you're going to have to conserve because we've got a lot of time on the boards. 150 laps. That is a good minute here. But, here's the thing. That when we opened up the mini stock series for 125 laps, they were running about, I think it was about 20-second laps. And we were like, man, this could be a long night. And we ran pretty much green throughout the entire race. And I think we were done within an hour. So 150 laps could go by quickly. I'd say quickly for anyone, unless you're the leader, then it's going to go the slowest ever.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be different with these cars. They're not as small as some mini stocks. We looked at the mini stocks on this track, and it looked like we were at Daytona or something. But the good thing about these cars, they're a lot bigger, and they're, like you said, they're a lot tighter in the corner. So it's really going to play a factor into can you make the passes, or is it just going to be follow the leader the whole night?
And I think that's something that I'm looking forward to as well. I'm also looking at, how will this car run? Because, again, if you've ever raced this Arca car since it came out, just the beginning of Season 2 here in iRacing, Emmett, have you gotten to drive it?
I drove the old ones. I never have got to drive the new ones.
Okay, well, these are a little bit more opposite than the old ones. The old ones were really just quite right off of the Gen 4s, and those things were loose and tight at the exact same time. But I would say more loose if you could choose one or the other. But here in these new, real accurate as of today, 2025 Arca cars, they do run a good bit tighter. So I think you're going to be searching for that speed to make your car a little bit looser. A lot of drivers try to do that by running down on the apron, but I would say that is not something that you want to do here at Five Flags.
Yeah, that is a good question. But another thing is, though, the car's not going to whip out on you as quick since it is so tight to drive. So that could be something that you could do. I believe this Arca car, isn't it based on the Gen 5 or Gen 6? I can't remember.
It is based off of the Gen 6.
The Gen 6. Okay, that's what I was thinking.
So just with a lot less horsepower. So that is what it is based off of. And one of the things with the race car being so tight, could we see passes from the outside? Because here at Five Flags, you can carry that momentum in the second lane with the big, wide, arcing corners. And so that's something that we might have to see. Here on pole, it is going to be the number 5 of Landon Brown. Congratulations to Landon. Thanks to Studio 86 for making our pole position happen. Then is the 33 of Austin Cantil, the outside of row number 2. Bradley Young will sit himself in third in the number 89 29 machine. And Hunter Carlson, the modified champion from a couple of months ago, is here in his 32 machine in 4th. 5th, rounding out the top 5 is a 70 of Joe Berlin. Emmett?
Yeah, Yogi Schlier's going to line up in 6th. 7th's going to be Terry W. Spainhauer. 8th is going to be Wayne Cannon. 9th is going to be Chris Golden. And rounding out the field is going to be Benjamin Hollaball.
So 10 cars make up this field here this evening. As we know, with FWM, we normally get a lot more cars, but I think we've said it before with FWM, Leadfoot Racing. I think even when you get a smaller car count, I think all these drivers that we normally get to see, like Cansdale, Young, Carlson, Berlin, Schlier, Spainhour, when we get all of them in here, we can still get some excellent racing product. Look at that 33 from Cansdale. What a scheme.
Yeah, Cansdale, our mini stock champion. But you know what's interesting? Daniel Jones did not make it into this field.
Which is surprising. He's got to be busy. He's got to be doing something because otherwise, he'd be here and he'd be starting at the back because he never qualifies and he always ends up somewhere with inside the top 10 and close to the top 5. But Daniel Jones not able to make the cut here tonight. Landon Brown up on the front row. Cansdale on the outside. So it'll be a little bit of a shootout here for these drivers. And again, I say a shootout. It's 150 laps. And so it is going to be a race of management. And again, Emmett, those are the races that I love.
Yeah, they're definitely shows who's got the skill and, equipment. Well, I mean, it's iRacing. It's a fixed setup. But, I mean, equipment versus talent. So
you're right.
For sure.
So Landon Brown takes the pole here in the opening race here for the 4Wide Motorsports Arca Series. Pace truck pulls down to the pit lane into the restart zone. Let's get it on here for FWM and the Arca car at Five Flags Speedway.
Yeah, we see Landon Brown get a great start. But look at Austin Cansdale right there trying to get to the back bumper. And just like we were talking about, Scott, he's going to try to shoot up high. Well, he thought about it. Now he's going to just shoot to the inside.
Back to the inside. Cansdale lays in wait behind Landon Brown. You can see that Cansdale arcs out the corner pretty wide, stays low down to the bottom. Landon Brown disconnected from the session for just a moment. Now he's back up front. He is blinking really bad in and out of the session. Meanwhile, Hunter Carlson and Bradley Young make contact for 3rd. That was some contact there. Carlson was able to get it from the outside, so Bradley Young falls back to 4th. Hunter Carlson is up into 3rd. So that was a little bit of a moment there. Joe Berlin rounds out your top 5. Bradley Young continues to graze the wall out of turn number 4, Emmett.
Yeah, definitely. Bradley Young's hands full. Yeah, hate to see that from those Fart guys, but I mean, it would be bad. It's always a bad thing if you wreck your teammates. So good thing Carlson didn't wreck Young right there.
Oh, and there goes Terry W. Spainhour around on the front straightaway. He's going to lock it down. No caution yet. No one is out there. He's going to try to get it back rolling. He will get it back rolling. So no caution. We stay green out on the speedway, but Spainhour, you saw him just trying to get a little bit much out of 4, and that's very common at a turn 4 to get loose like that.
Yeah, it is very common, but look at Landon Brown. I mean, like we said, the Leadfoot runner-up in the championship and the late models, but look at him drive this Arca car. I mean, he has got this thing, looks like he's learning each and every lap, but I mean, he's getting it dialed in pretty quick for sure.
He is getting it dialed in, but Cansdale is right there on the back bumper. Landon Brown cannot make a mistake if he wants to keep this lead. Battle back in the rear goes on with the 86, but we'll keep it up here up front. Carlson, you see him lurking there in 3rd as well. We said that these top 4 drivers could be some that will compete for the win, and they're some of our absolute strongest. Man, Cansdale right there, right on the back.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to put the bumper to him, but here comes Cansdale. He's going to try to get up to the high side. Oh, man, he got loose right there big time.
Trying to change up his line, trying to try something different, carry more momentum down the straightaway. It's so easy to make mistakes in 3 and 4. A lot of drivers find that to be the corner that is the most difficult for them. But with Cansdale trying that higher line, he lost about 0.2 to the leader as we're going to have the first caution out on track, and I believe it is for the 29 of Wayne Cannon, and yes, it is. He is going to go around. Oh! him in the 8 made significant contact. Whoa! Yeah, him and Benjamin Hallbaugh had huge contact on the front straightaway. You saw it there.
Yeah, I think what happened was when they were side drafting, Cannon got a little loose, and then Hollenball, got a little loose. Well, then it didn't go good.
Yeah, it looks like Cannon, he ran up about a lane or two or so, and it looks like he was coming down, not quite towards the wall, and Hollenball was coming up all the way towards the wall. So it looked like a bit of a racing incident between them, and they were both trying to save it, and that turned Cannon down to the inside wall. So it looked more of a racing incident, but it looked more egregious than I think it actually was.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
So 11 laps complete under green. This is our first caution lap of the evening, and the sun will continue to go down here. So track temperature right now, 78 degrees. 73 degrees is your ambient temperature, and you can see what a great shot of the sun right there here from the top of the grandstands. This would be from the top of the commentator's booth. This is where we'd be sitting. Hey, look, I got to tell you, you get a great view here at the track.
Yeah, definitely. And like I was talking to my good buddy, Mr. Caden Honeycutt, who is the defending champion of the Snowball Derby here, he said this is a great track and definitely loves to come here and race here for sure.
Well, I bet you that Honeycutt will absolutely be back when we come to the 58th annual Snowball Derby here in December. But we always get to race it in the sim, and when we do, I get so excited because it is such a fun track. I mean, it just has such good character. There's so many little things you got to do, an entry through the center and even on exit. It's always something through each and every bit of the corners here around the Speedway. So we'll get them double file. We'll get them lined back up here for the first restart of the night. Again, this is race number 1. Landon Brown has led all the laps. Can he keep the streak continuing? Austin Cansdale to the outside. Good jump from Landon Brown.
Yeah, Landon Brown got a great jump, but Austin Cansdale's right there on the inside trying to get the momentum. Oh, Landon Brown's going to shoot up a little bit high. That's going to allow Cansdale to get back up to that back bumper, but Bradley Young has been there.
Bradley Young running in 4th position. Currently trying to get back his 3rd spot that he lost earlier. Lost a little bit of ground to the rest of these drivers, and Chris Golden continues to move forward. He's up 4 spots from the start of this race. He started back in 9th, and he is up into the top 5 for the first time this evening. But back up front, it's 3 cars under a blanket. Battle for the lead. Landon Brown, then Cansdale, then Hunter Carlson. And again, Cansdale, Carlson, 2 champions here in the 4Wide Motorsports iRacing League. So can Landon Brown maybe be one of those other fighters to maybe look to add to the championships for this league in general?
Yeah, and I just want to correct myself. That was Hunter Carlson, not Bradley Young. So, yeah, got a little confused there, but yeah, look at Austin Cansdale just right up on the back bumper of Landon Brown. But Landon Brown's showing them how to do it on the short track right there on the inside line for sure.
Well, it's interesting from Landon, he's running about half a lane up from the bottom. He's not quite running down on the white line, and that's the preferred line that you'll see, but I got to wonder why he's doing that. He's able to carry speed. That time he's down on the yellow line, but he's able to carry speed out of the corner really, really well. But I got to wonder if maybe he's abusing that right rear. That lap by, whatever he changed did not work. Cansdale was able to gain ground there. He's within 2/10.
Yeah, looking at the line, wow. I mean, now it's down to 0.07 of a second between these two, so it's definitely getting really antsy out there, and it'll be interesting for sure.
Sounded like over the radio, Bradley Young, Chris Golden had a little bit of a moment between them, so they were fighting hard. They're in 4th and 5th. It sounds like they're having a good battle out on the racetrack, but they have lost a significant amount of time to your 3 leaders. Bradley Young in 4th is 1.2 seconds back, so these 3 right now are all out in a league of their own.
Yeah, and look at Landon Brown. I mean, he's able to pull away, and like you said, now it's grown to 3/10. So Landon Brown building on this lead because Hunter Carlson is all over the back bumper of Austin Cansdale for sure.
I think this is the time that they're deciding, hey, let's chill out. Let's just run a couple of laps. We have got a good long while. We are now 1/6 of the way through this race across the stripe. 25 laps complete for the leader of Landon Brown. You're looking at the battle for fourth between Bradley Young and Chris Golden. Golden charging into turn one. Tries to carry the speed out of two. This is your closest battle on the racetrack. Cansdale has drifted back from your leaders by about half a second. But wow, Golden wrapping the bottom. Losing a little speed, though, not bringing it all the way out to the wall.
Yeah, and that time by, just want to say, Landon Brown just ran a 16:98 to Austin Cansdale 17:07. So, yeah, Landon Brown really started to build on that lead for sure.
Well, and you got to wonder, is that why he's running about half a lane up here? Is he able to save right front tire and keep that car turning? Because the more you can save on your right front, the more that car will turn. And, you know, it might not be so important to save that rear because as the rear continues to wear, the car will get looser. And so maybe you can counteract that effect of the Arca car tightening up. Right here, Hunter Carlson moving up a lane, trying to get to the outside of the 33 of Austin Cansdale. So the 32 of Hunter Carlson looking for something new.
Oh, man, trying to get to that outside, though, but
it's working for him.
Yeah, just needs a little bit more grip, maybe.
There we go. Cansdale's got to leave the space, but that time Carlson goes a little bit of a lane high, loses the grip.
Yeah, I think as the night goes on and more rubber's put down, there might be more grip up there to pull up that move, but I think right now it might be too early for sure.
And caution out yet again. All right, oh my goodness, it's between the 8 and the 29 again.
Oh my gosh.
But I think it looked like the 8 solo spin and was in the middle of the track, came back down, and the 29 had nowhere to go. Man. Oh, heavy damage for the both of them.
Yeah, that's going to be a meatball for both of them.
Yeah, luckily I believe all these drivers have at least one fast repair. I think Wayne Cannon might have already used his earlier.
Yeah, probably because he had some heavy damage off that first caution.
He definitely did. So let's see. We got some drivers come into the pit lane this time. 6th on back. So they're trying to change up the strategy.
Yeah, we see Gerald Berlin coming in, getting his tires. We see Chris Golden coming in, getting his tires. Terry W. Spainhauer, Cannon, and Benjamin Hollenbaugh all on pit road getting tires. Well, they're going to get.
I was going to say Cannon and Hollenbaugh definitely going to get some damage repair this time. It looks like, let's see who will make it out of pit road first. Looks like it will be Yogi Schleer. He's going to gain 2 spots in the pit lane while Gerald Berlin is going to lose 2. So a bit of a longer stop for Berlin, about 4 seconds longer than the other 2 drivers. And his drive down the lane was about 3 seconds slower as well. So it looks like he lost about 8 seconds in comparison to Yogi Schleer. So great move from Yogi Schleer to gain 2 spots on pit road.
Yeah, definitely. And I wanted to take another look at that 10 car because that right rear fender, it looks like it's been pushed in a little bit when we went to that first shot, saw it on pit road.
Yeah, let's take a look at it.
The left front, it looks like actually.
It does look like that left front might have some damage for him.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was on that initial spin when he came down. Yep, you can see it. When he grazed the inside wall on that spin, it definitely pushed in that bodywork on that left front.
That's going to be interesting because...
Wonder how that is affecting him. He was about 2 seconds behind earlier when he was running in 8th to the car running in 7th place. But lights are off on the pace car. It'll pull down into pit lane. Landon Brown back up to the start. He's still blinking a little. Can he get that internet fixed? And can he continue to lead this race?
Yeah, good job by Landon Brown. Got a great start. But look at Cansdale right there trying to get to the back bumper of Brown. And Cansdale's going to get up to the back bumper, but he's not able to make the pass for sure.
Cansdale, a great restart from the outside, all the while Hunter Carlson not the best, about half a second back from the 33. So no fresh tires for any of these drivers. Yogi Schleer in 6th spot is your first driver with fresh tires. And wow, look at how close to the wall Austin gets.
Yeah, Austin is right there up on the wall, but sometimes that's where you can get the fast momentum for sure. But sometimes if you gamble trying to get close to that wall, you end up rubbing it and hitting it, and it could turn your car all haywire for sure.
You know, I've got to tell you what I know about this track. The most crucial part of the track is the entry into 3. You want to enter about a lane higher, drift down to the bottom, and really get good exit off of turn number 4. And I think every time I watch Cansdale, he's entering just a little bit low and drifting high, losing momentum down the front straightaway. And that move is allowing the 32 of Hunter Carlson to catch up.
Yeah, Carlson is right there now. I mean, trying to get past the 33, and he's been trying to do this for quite a while. And got to give it to Carlson though for being patient and not giving the chrome horn to the 33 for sure. As we got
another caution. 70 of Gerald Berlin around in turn 1. Oh my goodness! Looks like him and the 2 made contact. Oh, and then the 10 made heavy contact as well.
Oh my gosh.
Hollenbaugh comes in as well.
Yeah, that looked like it was just.
I think it was Bradley Young.
I think it was Yogi.
Wait, you're right. It was Yogi Schleer.
But I think it was an arrow loose deal. And that's the problem with these cars when you get side by side. You get arrow loose pretty easily for some reason with these cars.
Yeah. However, it works with their aerodynamics and their downforce.
Yeah, you never thought you'd be talking about aerodynamics on a short track, huh?
No, you didn't think you would, but look, this Arca car is special. But hey, look, we're already 43 laps complete in this race, even with 3 cautions. So these drivers, although we've had some issues, running on through. So that's Benjamin Hallbaugh that has been involved in every incident, and I think the other one of them was one of his own. But then the other 2, he really just kind of got involved in.
Yeah, I think that last one with Terry W. Spainhauer, I think he got a little loose off that, and that's what caused him to spin out. Because you could tell that car was already wiggling before he went around. And then, when Cannon was...
Yeah, definitely a little bit of a swing for them. Let's see if we can get strung out here and get a good green flag run going for this next time. And look, not coming into the pit lane. I think they're planning on maybe just pitting once when we can get towards halfway, towards lap 75. Lights off on the pace truck this time. But Landon Brown, what a job that he is doing. He's led every lap of this race, started on pole, but can he take it home? We've got more than 2/3 of the way through. Can he round it out?
Yeah, it'll be interesting for sure and see how he gets on this restart. You know, we've seen Austin Cansdale get good restarts on that outside line, but it'll be interesting to see what happens for sure.
It's a green flag, a back out.
Oh, Hunter Carlson.
Spinning the tires. That's going to allow Bradley Young to get up towards his outside. So can Bradley Young maybe take position? He's going to fall back, stay in 3rd. Chris Golden looking into the inside, looking for that 4th spot. Him and Young have been battling all half of this race long. Golden, strong entry there in the number 86 machine, but it's all the same throughout the top 9.
Yeah, it's definitely starting to get racy because these guys are getting antsy out here. You saw Austin Cansdale. He almost got to the back bumper and landed for sure.
Oh, there we go. Bradley Young, big time loose in 4th spot. That's going to continue to allow Chris Golden to try to work up to his back bumper. The front 3 still the same. We'll look at this battle. The closest on the racetrack right now. Bradley Young trying to arc out the corner, runs half a lane higher. But Chris Golden not quite able to attack yet. All the while this goes on, Hunter Carlson battling towards the back bumper of the 33 of Austin Cansdale.
Yeah, Hunter Carlson trying to get to that back bumper at Cansdale, and while this is all going on, Landon Brown is checking out and down to a 0.6 of a second lead for sure.
Man, look at Carlson. He sends it in on the entry. He's looking to the inside this time. Cansdale's going to give him the space. He runs about 2 lanes higher. Can Cansdale keep this complete on the outside? Can he defend the spot? He's got to push him down. Gets a little bit loose on entry there. That's going to give a great run to Carlson.
Yeah,
Carlson, 4-wheel slide out of 4.
Yeah, and while that was going on, I think Austin Cansdale might have scraped the wall just a hair right there, but that allowed Bradley Young to catch up to these two for sure.
So Carlson, a 4-wheel slide out of 4 the last time we went around. That gave Cansdale the spot back from the outside. As these two battle, Bradley Young lays in wait. Look at these second through fifth. Look at how close together they are.
Yeah, they're all together, and it's a battle for second. And look at this. Austin Cansdale, now he's starting to pull away from Carlson just for a second. But Carlson just too good on that high side. Scott, we were talking about there need to be more rubber. Maybe the rubber's coming into play on that high side for sure.
It's getting close. It's good in 1 and 2, but it doesn't look like he gets the exact same run in 3 and 4. Diamonds at that time. Look at the closing rate he had on the front straightaway. Runs a little lane higher here, trying to get some clean air. Maybe that's giving him a little bit more over the car downforce. Runs it a little bit half a lane higher there. Cansdale slips high too.
Yeah, look at Yogi Schleer move all the way up into 5th position. What happened to Bradley Young?
I do have had a bit of a moment. Yeah, Bradley Young sounds like he got loose over the radio. Oh, man, back up front. Carlson continues to make some contact with Cansdale.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at a replay right here. Never mind. I thought we were, but, oh, man, look at that. Look at Yogi Schleer. That was has moved into the 4th position. Wow.
Chris Golden went way high at a 2. He lost those 2 spots, so that's 1 more gain for Young. And like you said, Schleer running consistent lap times with consistent speed. He's moved himself up into 4th.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, as we see Landon Brown continue to lead, if Cansdale and Carlson get together, Schleer could move it. Oh, man, big tire smoke right there. I don't know who that was from.
It looked like Yogi Schleer.
Was it from Yogi Schleer or was it from Carlson and Cansdale maybe?
Well, they're running close. If they're making contact with anything, it's with each other right now. Carlson back to the inside. Can he complete it this time? Last time he got a little loose, made a mistake in that 4-wheel slide out of turn number 4. Great run here from Cansdale on the high side. Can he keep up that momentum and defend?
Yeah, we were wondering if anybody can make the pass on the high side, and look at that. Austin Cansdale drives it and rockets past him right on the high side and able to clear Carlson right here. Unbelievable.
See, and this is where I think Carlson is he needs to try to get to the outside. You can see right here, Cansdale's able to pinch him down on the exit of 4, and he loses so much speed down in the straightaway. But here in 1 and 2, he's able to carry so much. And here we go, slide up. Can he clear? Yes, he does, but he leaves the hole open. Still leaves the door open. Didn't know why he didn't try to slam it shut there, but that might have been a crucial mistake.
Yeah, definitely a crucial mistake because Cansdale was able to get to the corner panel, and that's all he needed. And these two continue to run side by side. But look at Yogi Schleer battling for second. 3 wide, almost a 3-wide battle for second for sure.
Schleer able to catch up on these two as they run side by side. All the while, the leader of Landon Brown is out by 2.5 seconds ahead of this battle for second. So he would love for them to keep on going.
Yeah, he definitely would love for him to keep on going as he passes the light machine of Gerald Berlin. He is definitely checked out, and I'm not going to say anything because did a race Thursday night at an Arca race, and I ended up giving the dude the broadcaster's coach, so we're not going to say anything about Landon Brown possibly running away with this thing.
No, we're just going to continue to watch this beautiful, beautiful battle for second. It has become a 3-car battle. Look at Yogi Schleer. He's going to move to the inside of Hunter Carlson. He looks for third. He might have it here. Can't quite clear. Gets great power off of turn number 2. That's going to be Yogi Schleer cleared into second. I think Carlson might have burned it up battling to the inside here because Chris Golden, he looks to the inside. Schleer, he's going to go sideways on the front straightaway. Was he able to save it? No caution at this point. Oh, big damage for Schleer, but he was able to keep it rolling, and he was having his best run in the 4 Wide Motorsports Series. But you saw it just trying to get too much out of 4, spins it, heavy left front contact with the wall.
Yeah, heavy contact for sure. Man.
So Schleer will continue to try to run. No caution. We stay green. Carlson is back to the inside of Cansdale. Oh, man, looked like Golden might have thought about 3 wide there for just a moment. What a battle.
Yeah, definitely a crazy
there we go.
battle. Here comes Chris Golden.
Oh, my goodness. He's going to slam it on the inside. He's going to drift high. Carlson going to drift to high as well. They're going to leave the door open. Now Carlson's on the high side. Can he defend? Whoa, 4-wheel slide for Cansdale.
Yeah, 4-wheel slide, but look at that Oklahoma boy, Chris Golden, showing them how we do it down in the South right there, as he's going to shoot past Carlson and Cansdale and take away the position. Great job by Chris Golden.
Great job, but he's lost so much time to Landon Brown. 4.7 seconds back, now 4.8. Is there enough time to make up that gap, or will we see a caution that might close this gap? Wow, what a race for the top 3.
Yeah, this has been a great race for this second position. I mean, these guys are battling like they're going for the win, but I mean, who knew that, though, as the great Ricky Bobby would say, if you're not first, you're last, but don't tell these guys that, because they're battling for second like it's a win for sure.
Well, coming close to halfway, 73 laps complete, on to lap 74. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll get you right back here. You won't miss a moment. Huge crash on the front straightaway. We'll take a look at it here. Look like Yogi Schleer got involved. Oh my goodness. Man. Oh, wow. Looked like Schleer was a little loose, and up and over for the 8 of Benjamin Hallbaugh. Nothing has gone his way tonight.
Yeah, nothing for sure. And I hate that for Yogi Schleer. Yogi had such a great run going. And
yeah. It looks like we saw something very similar to what we saw when he was battling in 4th. Just loose off of 4. Look at Wayne Cannon. Missed that going to the high side.
Yeah, definitely missed it. But heavy contact. Here we go. This is
leaders come into the pits. Brown is in. Golden, Carlson, Young, Cansdale. They are all in this time, as well as Wayne Cannon, Yogi Schleer, and Benjamin Hallbaugh. Only 2 to stay out. Terry W. Spainhour and Gerald Berlin.
Well, I think Jared Berlin, he was getting his lap back, wasn't he?
I believe so. So he should still be able to come in. Yep, he does come in this time. So Terry W. Spainhour, TW Spainhour, the only driver not to come in. Landon Brown gets off good and away. And I bet he really wished that we didn't have a caution because he had a 5-second lead on second place Chris Golden. And look at that. Hunter Carlson's going to gain a spot in the pits, and Austin Cansdale's going to lose 2.
Yeah, that's crazy. Of course, Cansdale could have made, I think, well, it'll be interesting. These guys could have only took 2, not 4.
I wonder what their wear was.
I wonder. And
I bet Carlson and Cansdale, I bet they needed 4. I mean, with them running side by side for as long as they did, they probably had significant wear.
But then how did Carlson jump up 2 spots? That's crazy. I mean, a spot. That's crazy. Cause
I learned that the closer you stop to the center of the box, the faster your pit stop is.
That's what it is.
So that's why you see sometimes about a second of variability between the stop times, 1 second to 2, because it just depends on how close you stop. Now, on the pole for the first time is the 10 of Terry W. Spainhour, but he's got old tires. Let's see how this restart goes for Hunter Carlson sitting directly behind. Green flag out. Whoa, a big stack up there. That's what we thought we would see. And the 10 just did not go. That absolutely stacked up the field. Chris Golden will immediately get that spot back from the outside. Austin Cansdale gains 3 on the restart. He's back to the outside. We've seen this once. We're seeing it again. Chris Golden way slow this time as well. We're almost 3 wide into 1.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I think Golden could get the tires warmed up because of that checkup from Terry W. Spainhour.
Well, Carlson got the worst of this. He's fallen back to 5th with Bradley Young trying to get to the inside. Carlson tried to pinch him off on the exits of the corner, maybe retain this spot, but it looked like he would have gotten into 2nd once Spainhour fell through, but he's fallen up to 4th. So he's able to get that spot back from Young. Battle back for 2nd. It's between Chris Golden, Austin Cansdale, and Golden. He has been aggressive all night, but he has been clean.
Yeah, and I know it's not going to be under review or nothing, but so since that happened like that, that's why I just want to clarify for the fans at home, that's why this restart is not under review, because Terry W. Spainhour got such a bad restart that Landon Brown was able to drive past him.
Yeah, as long as in iRacing, as long as you don't pass to the inside, you should be all good. Landon Brown waited for Terry W. Spainhour to get on the pedal first, and then he just spun the tires because of how old they were.
Yeah.
The battle for 2nd continues on. Whoa, Chris Golden way sideways. He's going to lose that spot, and he's going to lose a 2nd one to Carlson. Young going to try to take him on the high side.
Yeah, it looked like he got down on that apron, just like we were talking about, Scott. And once you get down on that apron, it's basically no man's land down there, and just got a little swirly, but good job by him by not spinning that thing out for sure.
He was able to keep it together, able to hold it together, and wow, that 86 just sends it in. I mean, he is a late breaker as I've ever seen one in oval racing.
Yeah, definitely. Of course, Chris did a lot of late modified racing, so on the dirt side, so maybe he's used to that, and now he's on the asphalt. So,
well, usually they don't use the brakes too much, but to rotate the car, especially not this much. With the disconnected right side brakes, you'd be hard to the left when you get on those brakes. But nonetheless, I want to highlight again Landon Brown, absolutely running away with this one, even all out on fresh tires. He's 1.7 seconds away from the 2nd place Cansdale.
Yeah, I know somebody's uncle's happy right now.
That would be our producer, Tracy Brown. He's having a great old time. The sun has set here in Pensacola at Five Flags Speedway. And the 5 of Landon Brown is trying to ride off into the sunset here to his first victory here in the 4Wide Motorsports iRacing League and win the first race here in the Arca Series. But look at this, 3 cars still battling it out for 2nd, the 33 of Cansdale, 32 of Carlson, and the 86 of Chris Golden.
Yeah, Chris, these guys are really battling for sure. And Hunter Carlson, I just don't think he's got something's up with that car ever since that restart, because that car just seems like it's not
He
handled
could
the
have
way
he
it
could have
was.
some nose damage. You know, we
Yeah.
saw him get into the back of the 10, and so he could have some damage from TW's Spainhour on that restart. So some aero could be affecting him. No right front damage. You can see how close he gets to the wall. But Carlson is driving the wheels off of that car and giving it everything that he's got.
Oh yeah, look at the front nose.
Oh, it's got some scratches. Iracing sometimes, instead of giving you a full visible damage, it sometimes will give you a little bit of power damage, and so you might be a little down on power. But again, Carlson giving it everything he's got. Drifts high out of 4 there. It leaves the door open for Chris Golden. Down on the inside, Golden going to get up into 3rd, so he's looking for a podium in his 4-wide motorsports debut.
Yeah, great job by Chris Golden, but what about Landon Brown, man? Think about Landon Brown. You know, last night, what goes to Martinsville in his late model, finishes runner-up in the championship series, and then comes out here and just so far putting on a butt whooping for sure.
Yeah, Landon Brown. You know, he and his family, Tracy, and all of them, they own the league. Him and his father, Lenny, they all own the league that we get to broadcast here on Elevated on Sundays with Leadfoot Racing. And he is the Season 1 champion, and he's proving why he's a champion here in iRacing right now. And the Arca car is fitting his style. Another driver that the Arca car is really fitting his style is the 86 of Chris Golden. He's going and battling. He's already passed one champion in Hunter Carlson, champion of the modifieds, and he's trying to pass the mini stock champion, and that would be the 33 of Austin Cansdale.
Yeah, Chris Golden. Oh, man, he's loose. He's going to hit the wall. Oh, hard contact.
Hard contact for Golden. He's going to have some right front damage because of that. And you can see a driver that's a little bit less tenured. He's going to prove to make some mistakes. Yeah, he's got a right front down. Something's wrong with that car. But, hey, that's what you're going to do as a rookie. You're going to make mistakes. It all matters about how you'll learn for it. Back up for second. That allowed Carlson to get to the inside. But he gets pinched off immediately there by Cansdale.
Yeah, I didn't even have time to make an exciting call on that wreck because it happened so quick.
It really did.
Look at Cansdale hanging tough on that outside, but Carlson's going to try to drive it to the inside, just can't make the pass.
Can't quite make the pass. You've seen it from Carlson all evening long. He's able to get to the inside. He looks to be a little bit faster than Cansdale, but can never quite complete it. Cansdale's done a great job at defending that position. He'd love to go out and win, but if he can't, he's going to try to finish at least in second. So Cansdale's done an excellent job here this evening down in Pensacola, trying to round it out. 108 laps complete on to lap 109. So 2/3 of this race already complete, just over 40 to go.
I want to give a shout out to Wayne Cannon, though. You know, our league owner and everything had FWM, but he actually had a tornado come through and didn't know if he's going to be able to get on here. But glad to see Wayne Cannon back in the sim world, back racing. So great to see him out here for sure. Yeah,
5 tornadoes have been plaguing a lot of the Middle East, and I'm up here in Missouri right now, and I'm traveling all around the boards. I'm pretty much everywhere. The next 2 weeks I'll be all throughout 12 states. But a lot of people around here, a tornado just came whipping on through, so you definitely want to try to stay safe out there and keep your weather updates on, because you definitely want to know if a tornado is coming your way. So a reminder to all of our race fans watching along to stay safe out there. A driver who's staying safe here in the sim is Landon Brown.
Yeah, Landon Brown, just staying safe and just...
He's staying safe out in the world and out on the racetrack. No cars around him whatsoever. 4.2 seconds ahead of Cansdale. So we talked about he probably didn't want to see that caution and erase his 5-second gap. Well, he's trying to get that 5-second gap back.
Yeah, definitely trying to get that back for sure. But, yeah, another driver that wasn't able to come tonight because of weather was Adrian Featherston. So shout out to, we'll see him next week at Rockingham for sure.
And that race at Rockingham, it's going to be such a good race. You know, Rockingham, it has got a significant amount of character in terms of its racing surface. So that's going to be a tough one. Gerald Berlin getting the wall there. Oh, and Gerald Berlin is going to go around to the front stretch, and that's going to put a caution out.
Wow. You know, we haven't seen. That's crazy because we've had 3 single car wrecks, and they haven't brought out a caution. And then Gerald Berlin.
Oh, man.
Man.
Just try to keep the power down out of 4. He was tight out of 4. And wow, you saw that heavy contact with the outside wall. Got loose and spun it back down to the inside. And so we just talked about how Brown was trying to get that 5-second lead back. Well, it's all erased for the second time.
Yeah, definitely been erased. But some good news for Chris Golden. I believe he's the first car a lap down.
I believe so. Yes, he is. So he should get the lucky dog here. And look at that. Hunter Carlson's going to come into the pit lane.
I bet you repair that damage.
And Landon Brown's in as well. Your leader of Landon Brown comes into the lane. Austin Cansdale, Bradley Young, they all stay out. Chris Golden going to get his lap back. So a split decision between the 4 cars on the lead lap. Carlson and Brown, they come in. Young and Cansdale stay out.
Unbelievable.
And I think tires were the call.
Yeah, definitely tires were the call. So it makes you wonder, did they only take 2 that last pit stop?
Well, it looks like they got a 14-second pit stop, so it looks like they got 4.
Right. I was talking about yeah. That makes sense.
So Carlson, he's going to come back. It looks like he came back in for a second. No, that's Chris Golden, excuse me. Chris Golden is going to get back on the lead lap, and he's going to take some tires. So could this mean he was able to take that what's it called, fast repair? And so if he's able to take his tires now, could he maybe go out there and pass Young and Cansdale and follow Brown and Carlson through and maybe still finish on the podium on his debut?
Yeah, he definitely could. Or could he possibly, if something dramatically happens, could he, sneak around and end up stealing this thing away from him?
That's right. Hey, and we saw last time we had someone on the front row that had older tires, the restart was rambunctious. And this time we've got 2 cars on both cars on the front row are on old tires. Now, Landon Brown cannot pass to the inside, so he's going to have to stay behind the cars here. Green flag back out. 33 at Cansdale going to get a good jump, so he's out and away for now. Bradley Young going to get passed up by Landon Brown. Can Bradley Young hold it on the high side? Landon Brown all out on his lonesome. Hunter Carlson tight to 89 of Bradley Young. He's going to move through as well.
Yeah, Landon Brown. Oh, man, Carlson is loose.
Carlson, big time loose. Going to make a little bit of contact there with Bradley Young into 2, but another caution is going to come out.
Yeah, take a look at what happened.
Might have been here with the 70 of Gerald Berlin. We'll look along with him down into turn number 1. Yeah, looks like he's just going to get a little bit too hot on the brakes. Oh, and makes big contact with Chris Golden.
Man.
So that takes it away from Chris Golden. You got to wonder here, will Young and Cansdale maybe make a trip into the pit lane, or are they laying in the bed that they've made?
He's staying out, so that's
staying out for now.
Bradley Young's in.
Bradley Young will come in there. He started to lose positions very quickly, so not surprised to see him come into the lane. Chris Golden, he'll also come into the pit lane to fix some of that damage that he just got from the 70 of Gerald Berlin. But he is still on the lead lap right now. Nope, he went a lap down because of that contact. Looks like Wayne Cannon got the lucky dog. That number 29 is up to the top 5.
The good thing, though, about for Chris Golden, I mean, the worst he can finish is 6th.
Very true. Very true. Car behind, Yogi Schleer is 2 laps down. And meanwhile, Gerald Berlin, Terry W. Spanauer, and Benjamin Hallbaugh all out of this race. So only 7 cars remain. Chris Golden, only car 1 lap down. So looks like It's looking like to me the lights are off, but everyone's still single file, so I've got to imagine there's no way the lights are off.
Yeah.
It's possible. Everyone could have gotten some sort of single file restart deal. Nope, you can see it now. Lights are on. I'm just blind. So we'll take them around one more time. Cansdale, you saw being that control car was the most important factor in it. Can he do it again? We've got under 25 laps to go. Could he get another good jump and maybe hold off the 5 of Landon Brown?
You know, it was interesting about that restart because if you saw, I mean, Cansdale got a great launch out, but did you see how loose he was coming off that thing?
He was. I mean, he was wheeling it.
Yeah.
Out of the restart zone. We'll take him through again. Pace truck is off. Good jump for Cansdale. He's going to pull Carlson down up into second to fight side by side with Landon Brown again. Both those cars on fresh tires in comparison to the 33. Landon Brown going to get up high. He's going to move back to third. This is the lowest that he's been all day in terms of his running position. All the while, they both sit behind the 33 of Cansdale. Carlson going to give Cansdale the tap, trying to move on through. He's trying to take away the lead.
Yeah, trying to take away the lead right here. See Cansdale, he's going to drive it down up on the high side and Carlson on the bottom. Carlson trying to get alongside of him. Now he is going to pull alongside of him, but he's going to get the advantage for the moment down the backstretch. They track race.
Well, we've seen these two side by side all evening long, and the 33 was always able to pinch him down, but now on those old tires, nothing he can do once Carlson got to the inside. Now the 5 has to make quick work of Cansdale. So Cansdale here on the outside of Landon Brown. Brown going to try to move through as quick as possible to go out and battle with that 32 because, again, him and Carlson both on fresh tires.
Yeah, and I think Cansdale's going to be like Ryan Newman, so hard to pass right here, but Landon Brown is actually going to make short work of him, gets past him, and he's got his eyes set on Carlson for sure.
He's about 0.6 of a second back from Hunter Carlson. He's been the fastest car all evening long here in Pensacola, but does he have enough time to catch up with the modified champion here in the 4Wide Motorsports League? And his name is Hunter Carlson. Under 20 laps remaining. It's now 17 to go.
Yeah, and Carlson just ran his fastest lap of the race with a 16:64. So, I mean, it's going to be close, but I'm sorry, that was earlier. 400 separates. Well, now, oh my gosh, Scott, the lap times are picking up. It's getting crazy out there.
Lap times are picking up for the drivers. 16.8 for Carlson, and Landon Brown a 16.8. Just about 3/100ths faster. Let's see it this time. Oh, Carlson about 0.2 slower than Landon Brown. So Landon Brown is catching the gap now down to under 0.4 of a second. So Brown clearly has a little bit more speed, but like you said, I think Carlson will drive this like Ryan Newman, one of the most difficult drivers to pass. He's gonna draw up all of that Ryan Newman energy here at Five Flags Speedway.
Yeah.
Under 15 to go. Just now, when we get back to the stripe, it'll be 14.
Yeah, and look at this. A 17:04 to a 17:01. And this time by, it's a 16:99 to a 16:90. Here he comes, Scott. He's coming for the lead. Here comes Landon Brown.
Landon Brown is faster. It's one thing to catch him. It's another thing to pass. How will he do this? Will he take it to the inside? Will he take it to the outside? Let's see how Landon Brown will make his move. He's got the speed. He's got the confidence. Can he pull it off?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where he goes. I think he's going to have to do it on the high side. I just think that Carlson is going to lock down. Oh, man.
Going to give him a tap. Brown going to let Carlson know he is here. He wants to lead back. He's led over 100 laps this evening, and he wants to lead the last one. He's deserving of it, and he's got to go out and show Carlson that, hey, this is my race to win. You're not going to take it away from me. Brown looking to the inside. He's letting Carlson know he's taking a look.
Yeah, here he goes, trying to get to his corner panel. I'll tell you, here's the thing about it, though. Carlson's going to try to drop the wheels off it and be a defensive driver, but I don't think he's going to be able to hold off Landon Brown for sure.
10 to go. This time by. Landon Brown has been there. He's going to make contact with Carlson. Accidental contact, going to have to check up. He's going to have to build this back. Now 0.2 of a second, the gap. But you can see it. Landon Brown is able to rotate the corner faster than Carlson.
Yeah, and at the line that time, let's see, it's a 17:20 to a 17:26. So that time Carlson's a little bit faster, but that's because Brown had to get out of it just a little bit for that contact.
And you saw it here as we ride along with the 5 of Landon Brown. Loose out of 2 that time, but continuing to close back down. Absolutely ships it into turn number 1, right to the back bumper of Carlson. He is there. Under 8 laps to go, 7 across the stripe. Carlson doing everything he can to defend. He's been at best a second-place car all evening long. Brown is continuing to prove it, but it won't matter if he continues to defend like this. What a race for the end. Brown almost pushing him through the corner.
Yeah, and that last time Bob Brown was faster by 0.04 of a second. So now this time, well, that time, I guess for that push, it put Carlson at a 17:20 to a 17:21.
Well,
so,
and you can see it.
Actually hurt. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that push hurt, and you can see it. Carlson is protecting the inside. If Landon Brown wants to do it, he's going to have to try to take the high side. Lap car in the way here. This is going to be, I believe this is Chris Golden. And Chris Golden going to chase the 32 down the track. That's going to slow him up. Excuse me, that was Wayne Cannon. My apologies. So Wayne Cannon going to get into it a little bit with Carlson. That allows Brown to get back up here, but will he take it to the outside? It's under 4 laps to go down the back straightaway. Brown makes contact with the outside wall.
Yeah, Brown hits the wall right there, but here he comes trying to get up to the back bumper. That's going to allow Carlson to pull away just a hair. And look at this guy at the line. It's a 17:26 to a 17:32. So that time Carlson's just a little bit faster, but man, what a great battle for the lead.
Gotta imagine that was because of the wall slap from Landon Brown. 2 laps remaining, this time by for Hunter Carlson. He's been running in 2nd and 3rd all evening long. He's battled hard with Cansdale. We thought he might have pushed it a little hard earlier. All the while, Landon Brown, he's led over 100 laps of this race. He's trying to lead the last one, trying to take it back. White flag is in the air this time for Hunter Carlson. Can he bring it back towards the end? Will Landon Brown turn him around? Will he make the move? Brown making contact down the front straightaway. Down into turn number 3. Carlson going to defend with everything he's got, and he's done it. Across the stripe, Carlson is going to take it.
Wow, what a race. What a way to kick off this new series. Unbelievable. Congrats to Hunter Carlson for sure.
Wow. What a drive. Wow. Hunter Carlson, the best defense I have ever seen. And Landon Brown has got to be dejected. Led over 100 laps of this race. And with a lost it on tire strategy.
Man.
Hunter Carlson going to bring it up to the high side, do a little bit of celebration. And Bradley Young is going to finish in 3rd. So right where he started, Cansdale is going to finish in 4th after not taking those tires. So Bradley Young stayed out originally, came back down into the lane, and eventually was able to get past Austin Cansdale. Hunter Carlson going to bring it to the front stretch and burn it down in that 32. Hey, when we went to the modified series, he was the first winner and he was the eventual champion. So would that be the same case here in the Arca series?
I don't think we can make that statement yet, because after seeing this first race, it's gonna be wide open for this championship probably.
Well, we're going to send you to a quick commercial break, race fans, but don't go anywhere. We've got results and interviews when we come back. Back here, the results from Five Flags Speedway in the opening race of the Arca series with Four Wide Motorsports. Of course, it is towards the top. I believe this is our practice results. We'll need our race results here up on the screen. I know Tracy is working with that one. And so Austin Cansdale was the fastest in practice, but he was not the fastest out on the racetrack when it all came down to it. And there we go. That's still our practice results. But Emmett, do you have it up? I accidentally closed it. There you go.
I have it up.
You got it.
Yeah. So Hunter Carlson's going to come home as the winner. Landon Brown in second, Bradley Young third, Austin Cansdale fourth, Cannon in fifth, Chris Golden sixth, Yogi Schleer in seventh. Eighth is Jared Berlin, Benjamin Hollenball in ninth, and 10th was Terry W. Spain Howard.
There we go. Thank you, Emmett. I accidentally closed my sheets.
Problem.
Thanks for coming in clutch. Well, with that, let's talk to our winner, Hunter Carlson. And Hunter, oh my gosh. I mean, look, let's talk about this race for you. You and Cansdale battle for second position pretty much all night long. And then right towards the end, within the last 35 laps, we see one of our cautions, and it's a split decision between the four lead lap cars. You and Landon Brown decide to go in and take tires, all the while Cansdale and Young stay out there. What made you come into pit?
I just thought that there was just the perfect amount of laps left. I feel like if we got a caution within 5 to go, this just was way too hard to pass. The high side had just enough momentum to make it to where you needed 4 or 5 laps to really make a pass. And I figured if I can get in a good position here, there's only 5 cars in the lead lap. The worst I had restart is 4th at the time, and ended up doing so, and everything worked out.
Emmett?
So, we were talking, me and Scott were talking about, you won the opening race of the modified, and then you go on and win the championship. How do you build on this, and what does this win mean for you and Fart as a whole?
Oh, it means quite a bit, because it creates momentum, and that's pretty much what I wrote on the whole modified season, is just that momentum of the first race and trying to go out there every week and try to at least maintain and try to win every race. I don't have that monkey on my back to win near the end of the season to try to get those bonus points. Now I'm going to have those bonus points. Now I can keep thinking, let's just try to repeat this every week, or at least top 3 every week. And this puts me into a good position the rest of the season to do so.
It's going to look good for you all season. Let's talk about the end of the race real quick. Landon Brown, right on your bumper. He's been the fastest car all evening long. He's led 100 laps, so you're able to get out in front of him on that restart. What is going through your head as a driver? We said you're going to be the biggest Ryan Newman that you can right now, and it looks like you did that to perfection.
Yeah, I knew that the second he got past Cansdale, it was going to be hard, because he was fastest car all night. He would gap us by 4 or 5 seconds at a time. And I was thinking, I think I had too many laps, and I didn't know if I could keep the car under me for that long. And he just kept making little mistakes here and there. The second I thought he was going to try to get underneath me, and he drove a really clean, really good end of that race. And he probably needed another 2 to 3 laps. He would have got me.
Well, it was excellent. I mean, it was a beautiful race for us to get to watch. It was awesome to see your defense, his offense. It was just awesome to get to watch. We go to the Rock in a week. What do you got for Rockingham?
Oh boy, I haven't had very good luck at the Rock in any other leagues, but we're gonna go in and with the same mindset of just go out there and try to win, try to run the cleanest race you can, and try to be there at the end. And you never know what will happen at the end of these races.
Well, there we go. Hunter Carlson, your winner here this evening. Hunter, before we let you go, anyone you'd like to thank tonight?
Yeah, I want to thank Studio 86 for always being on board. Thank you, TJ, for everything. Thank you for the beautiful cars I always run every week. And I want to thank Victory Fuel for coming on recently. They're been a real big support of me, and I love having them around.
Now let me ask you this: Did we get a case of Victory Fuel since you won?
Heck, I wish I got one.
Well, Hunter, big thanks tonight, and man, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
So Hunter Carlson, big win hit for him, and he's going to try to keep that momentum rolling. That's pretty much going to do it for us here this evening. And a big reminder again, Leadfoot Racing just wrapped up with Season 2, but they are having races for Season 3 drivers, and it's going to be good. It's going to be on Sunday nights. And so if you want to race out in that league, you can find all that information here in the Discord on Elevated TV. It should be in the link in the description or in the chat. Don't worry, we've got it all out for you. That's where you can find all of the updates with everything going on here at Elevated Television. Well, for our excellent producer, Tracy Brown, up here in the booth, and my good colleague and good friend in the booth, Emmett Crow, my name is Scott Shive, and we'll see you next time on Elevated Television.